How's everybody doing today? We're going to be saving some tomato seeds. And I don't think I'll be talking through the whole thing. It's what I picked out of the garden the other day. I'm going to save some cucumber seeds too. It's a acorn squash and a sunflower. The sunflower I'm going to save for a while, let it dry out before. I think I'll just leave it in there until next spring. Once it dries out, I'll put it in a plastic bag and we'll take out the seeds in spring and put them in the ground. So anyway, here we go. Take a tomato and cut it in half. Sideways. And just squeeze it into my bottle. I think this is pretty much self-explanatory. I've got so many tomatoes, I'm not worried about how many seeds I get. And because I have so many tomatoes, I'm not worried about using the best ones for seeds. What I do is pick out the ones that that's a blemishes or yeah, one probably was laying on the ground. Like this year I had 8 plants. So from the few tomatoes that I got here, I'm going to end up with a few thousand seeds. Like squeeze it on a wash rag. I guess I'll be back in a minute. I had to go over to the sink and put some water in that jar. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit and set it aside. And let it set overnight. I think I'm over getting the strainer to show you what strainer I use when I clean them out. At the end of this video, I recorded other video of me rinsing out the seeds so you can see how that works. By adding water to them and just letting them sit, takes that little coating off that's around each seed. That coating actually stops them from sprouting, so you gotta rinse that off real good before you dry them out. And I found the easiest way is just let them sit in water overnight. Now, what am I going to get? Another jar, because I'm going to cut open that cucumber and save the seeds from it. What did I forget? I should have taken the time to edit out all these little dead spots that are in the video, but I'm coming back. That's when I went to get the jar. Around the holidays, we buy candles from Walmart or whatever. You guys know what they are. And when we're done with them, I rinse out the bottles. They're nice for keeping the stuff in. Dry goods. We've got all kinds of stuff in jars like that. Candy. Cut it in half again, Dan. It'd be easier to get out. And don't forget to cut away from your fingers. I was going to try and just scrape them out of there with my fingers, but they weren't coming out too easy, so we'll cut them out. Yeah, I don't worry about cutting the seeds. They seem to slide right out of the way. Usually every year I try to save the biggest cucumber out of the bunch and save the seeds from it. am I going to separate the pulp from the seeds? How about just like squeezing it like a wash rag again? You can see all I'm doing is I'm taking the pulp and trying to break it up. If there are any big pieces in there, I'll take them and throw them away. And stick it all back in the jar. Just from this one cucumber, I'll get enough seeds to plant plenty for next spring. If you think you're going to grow more, then save more cucumbers. Or pickles if you want them. We tend to eat a lot more of the cucumbers than we do pickles. I have to have a lot of pickles to make pickles, dill pickles. And I didn't grow enough of them this year. And there I just put some water in a jar, mix it up a little bit, and all those seeds will work the same. Now what do I need? How about clean up the place? There's that sunflower. It's got to dry quite a bit before it can be used. I suppose if you really wanted to, you could take them and wash them out and soak them in a little salt water and then put them in your oven at a real low temperature and bake them. And have homemade salted sunflower seeds. It's the only one I got out of the garden so far this year. I'm hoping I'll get another one of those acorn squash or a few more, 'cause I really like them. I cut them in half, take the seeds out of them, and put a little butter and sugar in them, brown sugar, and then bake them in the oven, and they're delish. It's like eating candy. Now I'm cutting up tomatoes so we can freeze them. When I make my chili or when I'm making homemade pasta, spaghetti sauce, I can just take what I need out of the bag, and usually it's the whole bag. Especially for tomato sauce, you can use the whole bag. The tomato sauce, when I'm making spaghetti and I'm using homegrown tomatoes like this, there's a lot of water in them, so what I normally do is when I'm making spaghetti sauce, I just put in a can of, depends on how much I make, a can of tomato paste, and then I don't even need tomato sauce. Sort of Italian. I use some of the same ingredients, oregano and garlic, in my tomato sauce. And that's pretty much it. Salt, pepper. See, even a little bit of juice that's left from those tomatoes will give me a few more seeds. Most of those that are on the table now, I'll do the same thing to them. I'll keep some out to eat fresh. Of course, I've got a lot of fresh ones coming in yet from the plants outside. Keep a few in the refrigerator and freeze all the rest of them. Try to get all the air out of the bag if you can. And just stick them in the freezer. Got a few to do yet. And by the time I get those done, there'll be more to pick. And see how they all that pulp goes to the top of the water? These are the cucumber seeds. You just dump them in the strainer and start rinsing. If there's any large pulp in there, you can just pull it out. What I normally do is just keep going around and around and around until all that pulp gets rinsed through the strainer. It only takes a minute. Shower head on that thing is not working so good. I got to take that out and clean it. Plop. And spread them out a little bit. And we'll let them dry. Some people use paper plates and stuff like that. I like to put them on my regular plates and let them dry that way. They don't stick so much. For some reason, they seem to stick more on paper, especially paper towel. They really stick to them when you're letting them dry out. And you got to peel all them little boogers off. Do a little rinse here. We're gonna do the tomato seeds next. See how clear that is? Well, not really clear, but all the pulp is and seeds are floating on the top. The tomato seeds are a lot easier to rinse out than the cucumber seeds. The pulp is so tiny. A few swishes around and rinsing it out, and they're done. There might be a little bit of pulp left, but we won't worry about that. It'll just dry out too. You just pull out any real big pieces. a section coming up after this where I saved some of my pea seeds. I didn't have very many. I should have left more on the plants, but we ate them all. Pull them off, let them dry on the kitchen table, and pull them out of the pods. We've got them saved in a little jar for next year. What we do is spread them around a little bit. That all came out pretty good. There was none left in the basket. There's a few thousand tomato seeds for next year. And I don't think I'll be planting more than 8 of them. We'll put 2 or 3 in spring. And the one that grows the best is the one we'll plant out in the garden. And pull out so I'll plant, if I got 8, then we'll plant about 20, 25 seeds and take the best ones out. So, these are it didn't last long on the pea seeds in the pea pod. That's the frozen tomatoes and the seeds. From seeds to the tomatoes, back to the seeds. And we get to start all over again in early March. I like to get them started. Well, there you go. You guys have a good day. And thanks for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. Bye, y'all.